My first thought was I was nervous.
One of the challenges was just the complexity that unfolded.
It was a different way of thinking.
This turned into this epic journey for us.
It's nearly impossible to pull something like this off.
T-Mobile is trying to challenge the norms of what it means to get wireless from a wireless carrier. We don't think of ourselves as a utility company, we think of ourselves as a customer service company.
Really what the Un-carrier means to consumers is really being liberated from an archaic industry, an industry that didn't really pay attention to their needs. And we also needed a web experience that was able to fulfill on those promises to our consumers.
A lot of what we did was to buck the trend that we see across the wireless industry and create an experience that was unique to T-Mobile.
The notion of simplicity and radical transparency to consumers is something that is very core to T-Mobile.
Our team's job was to really represent transparency in plans, transparency in the way you move through the site. The way a site behaves is a huge brand representation. What I learned in this process was simple's not easy.
Being the Un-carrier was about looking at things right from scratch and not necessarily following all of the things that were already out there. We looked at what a lot of other people were doing and didn't find a lot that was really inspiring.
We thought long and hard on how to bring the Un-carrier principles to life, make them understand the value of T-Mobile.
We had a chance to really change the game, and that was not an easy task, given that it was fully responsive, it was full e-commerce, and a brand new platform.
We really needed to be able to do a lot of work in the background to make the website in front look simple.
There's 15 years of legacy here, right? The major challenges were taking something so radically simple and building that on CQ5, the Adobe platform. The design actually forced changes deep into the infrastructure of T-Mobile.
You can only do something like this with clients who are collaborators. From my point of view, that's how we did it.
Razorfish came in, said, we want to talk to you about what it is that you're doing with the brand and how we can bring that brand to life. And we realized that these guys got it. That's when it clicked for us.
The way I would look at our partnership was similar to climbing Mount Everest. You don't go on an expedition without a great team, without a great plan, and without the right equipment.
The whole team behaved as a cohesive unit, and they all shouldered collective responsibility. And I think that was critical.
You know, at the old site, I used to call it my Frankenstein, because it was all of these little parts that had been put together in order to form this one website. And now I call the new website that we have my baby.
The launch was really the beginning. It wasn't the end. The fact that we have really focused on the customer and really have seen customers respond in droves as to what our value proposition is, it's just wonderful to see.
These measurable differences to the customer are obviously having a huge impact on our bottom line as they translate into sales. But most importantly, that T-Mobile is really an easy company to do business with, and I just get what they're doing.